I'm going to start at the very beginning of how to thread this machine for you, so you can always refer back to it if you forget something. So we're going to start very first thing. We're going to push the white button and turn the handle till it clicks, and it will move the silver thing all the way over to the left. And then you can see the loopers are closed because that's where the thread's going to shoot through. Okay, so now I'm going to take the first thread, and it's important that it clicks into the tensioner, and you can hear it click. And then pull a little hank of thread off. I'm going to make sure this white button here is over to the right. That's the left looper, this first one here. So we're going to put it in and just kind of push it in about an inch or so, just like that. Make sure you have enough here, because then we're going to go whoosh, and it's going to shoot right here for you. And then you can just move it to the back. So that's the first looper. Now we're going to take the second looper, and we're going to move our switch over to the upper looper. And we're going to do the same thing where we click it in to the tensioner. We're going to pull it off a hank of it just like before. And then we're going to put it in the port and just push it in about an inch or so. Make sure your thread's not all gummied up. And we're going to go whoosh, and here it's going to come out way over here. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to move it to the back. So now your loopers are all ready to go. So at this point, you can push this over, and it opens your loopers, and you can see your thread in there. And now we're going to thread our needles. So before we can do that, we have to line the green line on the handle over with the green line on the machine. So when those are lined up, now we can use our needle threader. So we're going to take our third thread, and we're going to click it in to the third tensioner up here. And then we're going to follow it straight down and go behind this little loopy thing, underneath right here, and up and around, kind of like on a sewing machine. Now I'm going to go, and here's your needle threader, right and left needle. So we're going to do a 3 needle because that's what you've been using. So if we push this over to the right, it says L and R on that, right on that little doohickey, it says L and R. So we're going to push it over to R because we're going to thread the right needle. So once we've come this far, we're going to go back here, and then this is the needle threader right over here. I'm pushing it up and down. That's your needle threader. So once we have the thread ready to go, I'm going to put the needle threader down, and you can see how it wraps around the needle, just like that. And then we're going to take our thread and just go underneath that needle. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to take our thread. If I use my left hand to bring the needle threader down, I do my left pointer finger on my left hand, and I go underneath the needle threader, right next to the needle. A little tension, and as you pull up, you can see it pull the thread through to the back. And then it sticks on this thing sometimes, and then once you get that going, you find your loop. I usually try to have a pair of tweezers around, but I don't right now, but I'll just do the same thing here. With our scissor here, we're just gonna grab the thread that we just pulled through the needle. And once you get that loop, you pull your finger in that loop. And now all 3 threads are together in the back. We can close all of this up. And now if you need to just use your hand card, your Bible, use this to decide what you want to do. And then these are your stitch width and stitch length buttons, and you can use on here, length, width. So length is the big one on the bottom, width is the little one on top. Okay, my friend, if you have any other questions, call me. Bye.